One of the common mistakes when doing drawings of the seat slats for this particular project is that students overlook the finer details of this project, and we just do up rectangular sides and rectangular seat slats. We want to make sure that we're putting in every little design detail that the project carries. So it includes this groove and the hole card and the chamfered edge and the arch and things like that. On the seat slats, you'll notice some of the subtle differences about it that actually set it off and make it a nice looking project include the fact that we've got this beveled edge on the ends here. There's a gap between them, 6mm gap, which lines up with this groove cut through there. And it actually also tapers slightly. So we've got thicker outside, thinner towards the middle, which means we get this nice little V groove here, just a very slight one, but it makes it more comfortable to sit in. And what we want to do is actually create these seat slats like that on CAD. Now the bottom is flat, it dips in from the top there, and so we're actually going to draw this up, not by doing a top view rectangle and then extruding it. We want to start with the profile from the end grain there. And so what we'll do here is we can actually take a screenshot of that, and we can use that as a canvas to help guide us along the way, or just so it sits on the project here. So we're going to insert that image by attaching a canvas. We want to attach it on the right hand side view. We're going to start in that plane, select that canvas. So there's my screenshot. I'll open that and OK to drop it into my project. You'll notice that it's quite small there, so I need to zoom in and calibrate that. That is, resize it, rescale it so that it's nice and correct, and we can use it as a one-to-one scale. So next to canvases here, we're going to either right click or control click and calibrate. I'm going to check 2 points, okay, this one here and this one here. And it's saying at the moment it's only 13mm on my page. We're going to change that to 380. When I hit OK, it blows the drawing right up so that between those 2 points is 380mm. And now we've recalibrated and scaled this, that we can come through and trace these out. Now you could do this in 2 ways. The easiest is just to get the line tool and click on each of these points. Now the more you've got it zoomed in, the more accurate it's going to be. So give yourself a nice clear zoom and click between those points there. Okay, you'll notice that we'll be able to actually hit tab and go across to the other side to put the correct angle in. So we can put in that at 60 degrees, which is what that bevel is according to the plans. Click OK, and then we can continue to click along that line there between that point there. We want to keep that line nice and straight, so hold shift, looking a little below that on the drawing. That's okay, we're going to run with that. And pick up this point here before we click, and we're going to drop that down so that it's saying that it's 90 degrees to that point. Then I'll click. Then I'll click. Bring that up to that point. And if I turn that canvas off, it shows that shape shaded in. We've got a 60-degree angle in there, which is exactly what we want. So I can now stop sketch, go out to my isometric view, click E for extrude, select the profile that I'd like to extrude, and we're going to put in the length. So again, we go back to our plans, we work out what is the actual length of those seat slats, and it is 1120. So I can type that distance in here, click OK, and there's my seat slat with all of its decorative angles. The second way we can do this, if I click on that, I might just come through, turn my canvas back on, and I'll do the other side here. If we come through, we can do this by using construction lines. Select again. We've already got this calibrated. We're going to select this point here and this point out here. Now we can make it a little bit more specific with those dimensions that we need. You can see the height and the width changing. Let's have a look at what those are. It needs to be 190 wide and 25 thick. So I can actually come through and put in 25, tab across, and 190. It's looking a little bit out, but that's what the plans say, so I'm going to keep that rather than follow the canvas there. Click OK, and then we can come through and put some construction lines in. So we know that if we pick up a line tool, the angle on our plans of this bevel, if we were to read into our plans, we would work out that the bevel is 60 degrees. And so we're going to come along from this point here and just come and touch down on that line there. And we want to put in 60 degrees. Actually, this here needs to be 60, and this one here would need to be 30 from this side. So we're actually going to touch the line there, type in 30, and click OK. And we've got that line in there. The last thing that we need to do is just gently taper it in towards the end there. And see if we can work out from our plans what that tapers into. And if we come down and look in our plans, those of you who have gone through that will be able to see that taper and bevel of the seat slats. We can see here, like I was saying before, the angle there is 60 degrees, and the bevel, we run it through the thicknesser after attaching 6mm strips on the bottom. And so what that does is it takes away 6mm material from the top here and nothing off the other end. So the difference is 6mm. So up here in our plans, we have seat slats that are 25mm thick here, minus 6mm on the inside gives us 19mm. So what we need to do is all the way down this end here, it needs to come to 19mm. So if I stop my sketch and put in a line down the bottom, this is just a construction line, so I can run that all the way across there, tick and stop sketch, where you can see that construction line in there, sketch and offset. It'll ask me, what do I want to offset? I want to offset, O for offset, I want to offset this line here, and it'll ask me how far, and it needs to be 19mm. Click OK, stop sketch. I can come through and now delete that bottom one, and I now know that I need to taper it from here to this point. So again, I'll pick up my line tool, and working in that right hand plane, we're going to go from that point to that point. Stop sketch, and I'll actually come through and delete some of our construction lines. come through and put the last little piece in there. And if we go stop sketch and have a look from our right isometric view, and we'll turn off the canvas, you can see it's shaded that shape in, so we should be right to extrude that now. Now if I wanted to, I could get rid of that body there and just focus on that section. We might leave it on so we can make a comparison, and we're going to create and extrude which profile we want to extrude. That one, we can drag that all the way out here, but to make it more specific, we might type the measurement in, and it's going to be 1120, just like the other one. Click OK, and then all that's left is for us to change the physical material. Whatever one looks like the material that you have chosen for your major project, radiata pine, cherry, mahogany, whatever you'd like to use there. You can see the difference between the two. If we choose the correct material, that's going to reflect our designs a lot better.